Okay, so when you get a question like this and it's asking which equation is equivalent to an equation that they give you, they're basically wanting you to rearrange it and make this one look like this one down here. We're not actually being asked to solve for what value of x makes this true. If we were, we would go through the algebra to solve for it. Instead of doing that, we can just do part of it. Now, one of the things that you can do, so you should always look at the choices before you start to see if they're numbers or if they are expressions that have an x in them or an equation with an expression. So when you look at it, you notice, take a moment to look at the equation. You notice that this side looks a lot different than these, but the right side, 14x, shows up over here. So basically what that's saying is we can just leave this 14x alone in a sense, because it basically already looks like all of these, right? We just need to focus on this side right here and see what we can do to change it. Now, I always tell students, make sure you look at it, see if you can identify any obvious differences. Well, this one here has parentheses, doesn't it? So that's probably telling us that we need to get rid of the parentheses because none of the choices have parentheses. So 5x minus 2 and then 7x plus 1. So how do you get rid of parentheses in algebra? You distribute. You multiply this number times this, all of the terms inside. So like 7x is a term. Now, always remember, the sign to the left of a number or an expression applies to that sign. So that minus there goes with the 2, not the 5x. It's a minus 2, or it could be negative 2 if it's showing up after something else. So we would have to go negative 2 times 7x, that's negative 14x. And the negative 2 times 1 is minus 2. So then we get, so this whole expression right in here turns into that. Okay, so the next thing is you start, the moment you keep doing anything else, you check and see if you can figure out which one it's equal to. Well, it's not equal to either one yet, so you look at the difference. Well, we have two terms with x right here, right? Whereas the other ones have none. And this is also part of the process of combining like terms to simplify so you have less terms. That means you look at terms, like 5x is a term, negative 14x, negative 2. These terms both have x in them, so we can combine them. So you would go 5 minus 14, which would be negative 9x minus 2. And then the left side of the equation would be worked out, and you look at the answer choices, and that would match choice A. That would match choice A.